Peace and love. So we are doing a collective reading today, and I'm going to be pulling some cards from um, my spirit animal oracle deck and my ancestral spirits oracle deck. And so this is going to be a mini reading, but y'all can book full readings with me this week. I will be at Miracles Within today from 12 to 5. So if you would like an in-person reading, you can come and see me here in Louisville. But yeah, we're just going to get like a quick reading to start the week off for the collective. So let's see what we have here. Okay, so we have move your body, dance, breathe, and flow. So someone needs to move around. If you feel like things have been stagnant, if you feel like you've been in your thoughts a lot, or feel like, and I think moving around is really good. I advise this for people who are dealing with stress, anxiety, even dealing with anger, emotions in general. Like when we have emotions, they are stored in the body, and sometimes they get trapped in our energy centers, and that's what creates sickness in our body. And so that's how our chakras begin to get blocked. So something that's really good for activating our chakras is to be able to move around. One of the chakras that we're focusing on this week is the root chakra. So for those of you who are working on the root chakra this week, running, exercising is really good for that, doing squats, anything that helps with the base. So dancing is really good for that as well. I had a song that came on earlier that I was playing, the Snoop Dogg song that was the drop it like it's hot. So, if y'all got to drop it like it's hot to get that movement going, cut you on some music and, do your thing. It's okay if y'all want to like twerk in the mirror or something like that. She's here on the beach and she has her skirt on. I know it's another name for it, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. But she has her skirt on, and they have their dance that they do in Hawaii. And so, like, cut you on some African drums, some dance music, or something that just really gets you moving and going. And that can help to shift your thoughts, that can help to shift your emotions and your frequency. If you feel like you're in a place that's stagnant, then moving around can help with that. Okay, so don't just sit in your thoughts or sit in your emotions. Let's see what else comes out. Notice the signs, investigate symbols and nature spirits. So someone could be taking time in nature more. Someone could be needing to get out in nature more, but I feel like this is someone who's already doing that. Even with the move your body card, like someone could be taking more time outside, walking, going running, jogging, getting in tune with nature, because nature communicates with us, right? Like, I always tell my clients that when they feel like things are heavy, like go outside. I have to do it myself sometimes, but it really does provide a sense of clarity and peace. For me, nature has spoke to me in so many different ways. Like sitting at the water helps with the way your emotions flow, right? Like it helps with the flow of things and making things move in your life. Um, so I'm really connected to water. I like trees. Y'all know I like to hug trees. And so that's something that helps with removing negative energy out of your aura field. It helps with, if you're dealing with negative emotions, like it helps to release those emotions back into, the earth. grounding yourself. So those things are really good, right? The earth has a lot of healing aspects to it. I mean, like anything that we need is probably in the earth, like minerals, fresh air. We need the sun, we need the water. So that is also a place for us to be able to really get in tune with ourselves and to be able to communicate with spirit. And so sometimes your ancestors can communicate with you. Well, I ain't gonna say sometimes, all the time, right? They will communicate with you all the time out in nature, just through different things. Sometimes it might just be a random gem that I see out in nature that's a flower, or I may see a certain bird that flies past my window, right? Like certain animals may pop into my space, and those animals are, totems that are guiding us. They're spirit guides. And so our ancestors believe that, that was a way for spirit, our ancestors, to communicate with us was through the animals. But also, I've had trees communicate with me. Like, I've seen plants dance before. So for me, like, I do feel like they can communicate with us in more than just animals. It's just really paying attention to like what this says, like the signs, the symbols. Sometimes I have a sister that we are friends, and since we've met each other, there have been hearts, right? So every time we talk to each other, we see hearts. Every time we see hearts, we think of each other. Like it's just our thing as sisters, and I think that's a really beautiful thing. Is something that our spirit guides, our ancestors are communicating with us, and I think that that's beautiful to be able to know that your ancestors is like, hey, like we like this connection as a sisterhood, as sisters, like this connection we approve. And I've had things that's happened where they've shown me connections that they do not approve of. Like sometimes you can just tell energetically if you're really intuitive, like if somebody is for you or if they're not, based off of the things that are happening around them when they're in your energy, and the things that happen around you when they're in your energy. And so, your ancestors are always communicating with you through different things to let you know if you're in alignment or on the right path, whether that's through synchronicity, through numbers, through music. They have a lot of ways that they can communicate with you, even through people. So they are there. They want you to know that. And they want you to just be intuitive and listen to what it is that they are communicating with you. Okay. So let's see. This card is Get Into Nature. It says coexistence, gather, and limit waste. Like, we're talking about nature, and this card is basically like, hey, you need to get out into nature, right? Like, this is like a double confirmation. Someone really needs to go outside. Like, someone needs to go touch the grass, go sit in the grass, get away from your phone for a minute, go hug some trees, go sit by a lake, go hike. Do it consistently. The more that you do it, the more that it's good for your mental health, it's good for your emotional well-being, and it's also good for your spiritual well-being, because a lot of times when we're exposed to a lot of people, a lot of times when we're exposed to a lot of things on social media, those things can drain our energy, they can alter our mood, they can just, change the way we perceive things. But sometimes, in our own space, that reality may not be taking place, and sometimes we need to be grateful for the things that's going on around us, right? But yeah, like sometimes we can absorb a lot, especially in today's time with just so much going on social media, and that can affect us, and even in our heart space, because we're taking in emotions of other people. Like, we're seeing people get hurt, die, just all types of things. And how do we manage our mental health? How do we manage our emotional well-being when there's an overload of things taking place in the world that is affecting us, you know what I'm saying, from being exposed to it? And so going out into nature, that's something that I'm picking up really heavy from both of those cards coming back to back. And I'm going to pull one more card from this because I did say I was going to make this a mini reading. And look, y'all know I can talk, so I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see. So if I'm like squinting my eyes, y'all know, like. And it says, begin writing now. Create, express, and inspire. So this card is about writing. So someone needs to be taking the time to journal, write, journaling, taking, keeping up with what it is that you're doing, what you're going through, how you're feeling, right? Like your experiences throughout the day, especially when you're doing the work, especially if you're part of the collective that is doing any type of chakra work this week. I know I have someone doing like some root chakra work. I think I have a couple of people doing it this week. But if you are doing the root chakra healing, then definitely make sure that you are journaling, and the going outside, the grounding is something that can also help. So doing some squats, and I can actually send y'all some poses that you can do that can help with healing that space. And that helps, that space helps with stability, right? When our root chakra is working how it's supposed to be working. And when it's blocked, sometimes it's blocked by whatever is going on in the nervous system. Okay, so that can be anxiety, that can be fear, that can be worry, stress, whatever that emotion is. So also being able to identify how you feel right now while you're working on that chakra so that you can release those emotions when you are connecting with the grass. So I'm pulling from this animal totem deck, and I have the owl magic, and it says, choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision. You can see through deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. So you have the owl, and the owl is, of course, animal of wisdom. It can be an animal which it says magic, but it can be an animal of secrets because it holds things and information that is kind of mysterious or unknown. But you know, when you see owls at night, like a lot of times we're sleeping, and so we're not always aware of what's going on in the darkness, right? So the owl is kind of like a place sometimes where our subconscious mind or just deeply rooted wisdom that we have, that we pull out of us, that may have came from experiences, it may have came from other people teaching us, but it's the part of us that when we are connecting to that wisdom, when we're connecting to that inner truth or those things that was taught to us that maybe everyone else doesn't know, that maybe isn't obvious or maybe isn't just there like in the light, right? For example, when I'm talking about things and I'm educating of things that's in the community, everybody might not know that one thing, right? Like that I know, but that comes from wisdom that I learned, and that's shining light in a place that there may be darkness. So we all have those dark aspects or those blind spots that we're unaware of, and sometimes even through like meditation we can tap into things about ourselves, or when we're doing like shadow work. Yeah, that's, I was trying to think of the word, but shadow work, or just anything where we're having to do like self-assessment or deep inner work, like it can reveal things about us. So even just seeing the owl, I feel like this is more than just saying like, hey, tap into your wisdom, but really use that knowledge, that intuition to see past those dark areas, right? Because if you're the light, if you have that in you, then you already know through experience what's for you and what's not. So with this saying like look past deceptions, I think that you have it intuitively in you to just know what's real and what's not real. And this is asking you to stand in that truth. So use your wisdom, apply your wisdom, and stand in that truth. Like, don't accept lies just because the lie is popular, or because, like I said, just stand in your truth. That's basically the best way to word that. Okay, so let's see. And then we have the Orca Well, which is adventure. It says, dare to do things differently. Sing your wild song. Manifest your travel dreams. Attempt the great journey with confidence. Be loyal. Friends and family are your treasures. Be brave. You are more powerful than you know. Okay, so this is about taking a journey. This is about traveling. This is about going places. So someone may be taking the wisdom that they have and using it and applying it and going places. This may be someone who is traveling different places and just applying or sharing knowledge, shining some type of light. And that might be your power, that might be your purpose, is to move around. And if you remember, like one of the first cards that came out from the other deck, it did say like move your body, but like I also was picking up, like, because she's on the beach, I keep saying like the cards, it was like, nature, getting out into nature. So another thing that I had saw in that was possibly like traveling or going on vacation or going somewhere else. But this is telling you, to move forward in your journey. And if you see, like, even the owl is flying, so someone may be spreading their wings and doing something new, especially when you start moving your energy around, especially when you start going outside and you're releasing that stagnant energy. You're in a space where you're opening yourself up for more opportunities and new things to come to you. Okay, so I'm gonna pull one more card from this. I don't know if I said that was gonna be my last card, but I am gonna pull one more just to, because I was thinking that was gonna be my last card, but I'm gonna do one more. Okay, are all of these? Okay, no. And this one was Sea Turtle, and it says protection. You are a master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm, and your path will unfold. Preserve, and you will succeed. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. So this card is reminding you that you are protected, that you have everything you need to thrive, that you have everything you need to be successful, and you are the master at finding life's flow, being in harmony. So just going with the flow, and that goes back to even moving around. Like, even when you're dancing, you're helping things to flow, right? Like I said, sometimes when we're deep in our thoughts or whatever, like, that emotion can get stored in the body. It gets trapped if we're not moving around. And so trapped energy starts to look like sickness in the body. Trapped energy starts to look like stiffness in the body. Like, it can be a lot of those things, right? So when we move our body around, when we kind of like allow our energy to flow, then those emotions flow a lot better. We feel a lot better. We're able to manifest a lot more when we feel better. That's just the science of things when it comes to manifestations. Like, if you're in a positive space, if you're in a higher vibration, you're able to manifest things a lot faster. And if you're in a lower frequency, then it takes longer for things to manifest for you. And so do things that raise your vibrations. Go outside, connect to the earth. That helps to keep your aura, clean and bright. Take care of your emotional well-being. Like, take care of your mental health. That's like the main thing and key to aligning and manifesting the things that you want for yourself. And yeah, the main thing in this is just reminding you that you're protected, like the turtle in the shell. And the turtle's body might be soft, but the shell is very hard, right? So that's just to remind you the type of protection that you have over you. Like, you don't have to worry about anything. You just have to let things flow and trust the process, trust the journey, and continue to move around, continue to do what it is that you were called to do. And that is what I have for y'all today. And I will be at Miracles Within from 12 to 5 if y'all are in Louisville and want to come see me. And if you would like to book a recorded reading or a reading over the phone, then y'all know y'all can hit your girl up. All right. So y'all have a wonderful day. Peace, love, and light.